Why does this map look so much brighter than normal? What is going on? Hey, Kyle. Kyle's music at a normal level. I forget if I turned it down or not for stream. I always have to turn it down to like a certain particular level so it doesn't blow people's ears out on Twitch. Is this full velocity from tech? That was not the touch I wanted. Might be slow out and then, yeah, I didn't turn it down yet. Okay. Yeah, give me 1 sec. Hey, buddy. Brave Chow. Hey, Academy Goblin. I just realized, is this my buddy Silhouette? I think it might be. I haven't seen him in a bit. Hello, Matthew L. Ooh, perfect accidental pass. Okay. Wait, uh-oh. Yeah. Not gonna lie, he started off really slow, so I wasn't sure how fast he was going. Nope, music is fine. Okay, just want to check. Started telling people to love you when the game starts. It's been a lot less toxic. Damn. Love's all you need, I guess. I backflipped? That was not what I was intending, but okay. I guess I screwed that up in a weird way. All right. I kind of deliberately wanted to throw it off target so I could like rebound it, but they were actually super ready for that. So it's got that? Ah. I need to stop doing that, dude. It's not a chow I need to take. Sill, open maybe, if you have the speed. Wow, Velocity spawning in the good side and he still didn't react to that. That was weird. I get his spawn time. Yeah, I don't know why I didn't turn inside. Like, you can see where you spawn now. Maybe he just didn't even pay attention. They usually say it back. That's very sweet. Even in competitive, you'll say, I love you to an opponent, and they'll say it back. Oh, well, see, Sill, we're playing twos. I don't really know why you rotated up. All right, either way. Yeah. Say get good luck, Poppy. Interesting. You can catch that? It's fair. Still can get that. How's the back pain today? Much better. Which I'm happy about because that means I didn't do serious damage to it. Because that'd be highly uncomfortable. Didn't even hear him. Okay, I need to turn up my music or turn up my audio a little bit. Oh. Not gonna lie, I was channeling that to get his reset, and then when he didn't get it, I was like, oh. Hang on, skill. Yeah, that was me being over creative. I was like, oh, what if I pass down the line to Sill? And then, of course, he spawns directly underneath the ball. He definitely did not demo me on that. Love that. I need to see the replay on that. I'm going to save that. There's literally no way that was a demo. That was some server comp nonsense. He drove in front of me. And that's a goal. I think we might have won a little too much in twos yesterday with turret. Playing a really high lobby. I don't feel warmed up enough for this. Good catch. Nice. Hold on. Bias! Twitch has added a new mod action. I can warn people. That's kind of cool. I didn't realize that. I always scroll onto you and be so happy. Oh, welcome back, Skillet. Yeah, I do not feel warmed up enough to play against India and Tech right now. Oh. Yeah, this is not a good game for me to warm up on. That was really bad. Ooh, good touch, Jesus. That was a bad one. You suck, Taco? I do. That was a horrible warm-up game. I want to see that demo again, though. Because I legitimately... That dude drove so far ahead of me, I felt like I was on West Ping. Where the frick do you get your replays again? I always forget. Career... No. Match history. There we go. I don't know if that's how it works. He went past me like that and demoed? I don't know. That's some server comp nonsense. I didn't realize my teammate dived that hard. That's why I went for boost. That's fair velocity. Okay. Yeah, I was a little confused. I was like, well, because like off spawn you can see it, but I understand the exact situation you're thinking of where you're like spawning in and yeah, you can see where you're spawning, but you're like, ah, it's okay. Teammate's gonna chow that, or he'll slow it down, and then you go to the corner and then realize, oh, yeah, we're not playing twos until we're a bit more warmed up. That was really ugly last game. Also, my hands are way too cold. How you doing, Cryptic? Unfortunately, Colombia did not sign up for split one of CRL. How you doing, Velocity? You're the Velocity from Indiana Tech, I believe, right? Kind of sad. Yeah, I mean, it's tough. I don't actually know their excuse. I know Wichita and my brain just turned off. Akron. They have like conflicts. I know Wichita. I think they're in a LAN that weekend, and they prioritize the LAN because they don't want to play. They don't want to try to play on a LAN and then also play in quals, which is fair. No, I'm not the EU one, not in CRO. Oh, okay. I wasn't sure because I'm like, all right, there's only so many velocities and there's only so many that are in GC2 higher. So yeah, they have a LAN, same with Wichita. Yeah. So I was like, okay, that's a shame. But again, that's also what happens when Epic and Blast know these dates in advance and don't release them. So only us two. He's 2500, I'm 2200. Well, very fun to get you in my early season 2's game. Hey, it's Cryptic. He just called me ass in my chat. Screw you, Cryptic. For anybody who's wondering, yes, it is the Cryptic who just said, you suck, Taco, in exclamation points. Whoa. Yeah, I have never been SSL in 2s, so it's kind of fun to warm up with players who have been 2,000 MMR in 2s. I mean, I know it's early season, but it's always a good indicator that you're winning a little too fast at the beginning of the season when games start being like, oh yeah, deal with this, idiot. I was like, what if? Ooh. Try to take a little bit off that just to keep it somewhat in the corner. I think Hawk probably has that. I don't. Ooh, that's a lag bump. Cryptic scores that. Just kidding. I'm playing a little chasey right now. Settle down. Hello? Oh, spooky for a half second. Like, no one was shouting that. I was like, guys, just gonna get the easiest dish of all time, I guess. But yeah, that's, no Columbia's a little rough. No Wichita. Wichita was exciting, too, because they got Knight. And they've always been, like, a pretty good team, but Knight, like, took them to, like, an actual great level. I know we got some interesting roster moves that's been leaked to us from next spring. But other than that, I'm trying to still figure out like where some players are. I don't think Cosmic is playing this semester. I think he just decided to take a gap or something. Which is a shame because there's probably a lot of teams like frothing at the mouth over signing him. I was a little surprised Royale said no to Baylor and went with Fisher. I don't really understand why. Someone pitched the idea that maybe it's because he doesn't want to be in Texas, especially if he's not a citizen. But who knows? Hello? Okay. I've acknowledged my warning. That's funny. What does the warning look like? Is it just like a little banner that's like you have been warned to stop being a dick? Oof, was not sure if that was bar out or not. It's a pop-up in chat. Okay. I like that W feature. Oh, that's a good first touch. Oh! Okay, he also knew that was a good first touch, so he rushed me from a retreated position here. Go past that? Ah, you overtouched it. Hey, Musa. Dude, that's insane that he jumps in front of me and then slightly taps me, and that's the only reason that's not a shot. No! Just slightly too late. Cryptic has got to get up that. He doesn't. That's a goal. On 4. Cryptic thought that was the goalies. I almost guarantee. I was like, oh, it's probably Hawks, right? I don't know why Hawk is in the midfield. That's always been one of my least favorite things that like thirds do, especially in this rank, is they'll creep up in the midfield, but like they're just assuming I get a 50 on that. And it's like, well, the thing is, if you assume that, you might be able to cheat up and get a shot, but ultimately if I don't, or if it's literally anything other than the ideal situation for you, that's a goal. Like, that's just straight up it is. That might have been in. No way of knowing. Own goal? Oh. Shanatova? Hey. Ah! You should play Forza. You should shut your mouth. It's kind of embarrassing we lost that, but okay. No, I'm not really. Honestly, I don't think there's any point in play. No, it's not your bad moves. I was just being a dick. I don't think there's any point in playing a racing game unless I have a rig. I've never really, like, I remember back in the day, I used to have like the haptic feedback wheel and like pedals and whatnot. But like playing a game like that on a controller just feels like so wasteful, you know? So I'm like, yeah, I'm not playing a racing game until I have something like that. It's just no point. How are you, Taco? Not well so far. We're over 2 in 1s and 2s, or in 2s and 3s. My hands are a little cold, so I'm gonna blame it a little on that, but trying to get there. Is Cyril dead now? I heard less teams, less money. I mean, budget's been down for like a year or two. It went away for a year because I think, I'm not gonna speculate too much, but my thought was always that they last second changed some producers in ESL and Blast, and because of that, ESL, who had previously been offering up, hey, RLCS Worlds or CRL Worlds every year is at DreamHack, and then when the budget kind of changed, they're like, hey, we might not be able to have EU, so we can't have Worlds, and they're like, that's okay, we'll still have a DreamHack Dallas spot, right? And then ESL's like, yeah, sure. And then in the 11th hour, at the end of the year, to renew their contract with RLCS, Epic said, hey, we're actually gonna go with Blast Productions. And then ESL was like, wait, what? And because ESL owns DreamHack, they immediately were like, okay, well, you don't have a LAN anymore. We're not gonna let you do that because you screwed us over. And then Epic was like, uh-oh. And then they realized, well, if the Worlds is gone, that means our format's different. And then they tried to change it. And then after all of that, they realized they couldn't in time. And so they just decided to have to impromptu cancel it. That is my working theory. I've never heard a confirmation on that. In fact, switching away from ESL actually changed a lot about RL Esports, but that's a video for maybe another day. A lot of things in RL Esports changed. Some for the better, some for the worse. What are you saying? I understand none of that? Well, it's because you don't listen. To catch anyone up who's not familiar with esports, production companies are the ones who actually broadcast and observe, aka have the people in the lobby that can show you the different camera angles and whatnot. And they are also the ones that do tournament admin. So they are the ones who functionally act as what's called a TO, tournament organizer. It's the people who make sure everyone's signed up, they make the sign up pages, they make the discords, they moderate the discords, they have, you know, player managers, they have admins at the LANs and whatnot, all that stuff. They handle all of that. ESL was one that was Rocket League was using for years and years. It's a Saudi-owned mega conglomerate. And instead, Blast, which had been handling Fortnite for Epic, nice shot, was seen as like, okay, well, you're handling Fortnite. And I think Epic was like realizing, wait, why are we paying 2 different production companies? If Fortnite and Rocket League can just share LAN locations, then we can just fly out like one group basically for Worlds or for like each major, and then it would save us a bunch of costs. But that would also mean that we'd have to go to Blast. So they basically went from one TO in Blast to, or production company in Blast, from ESL. Problem is, ESL is a company that is owned by the Saudis, which means they also own DreamHack, those massive conventions and so they host DreamHacks, and DreamHack Dallas is one of their biggest locations. And that was wide open. Oh my god. That's often where we've had the past like 3 years leading up to that, where CRL Worlds was, or at least a CRL or Rocket League based LAN tournament. And every year they renew the contract, and one of those years, Epic basically was like, hey, ESL, we love you guys, but we're gonna go with Blast, sorry. And it was like last minute, to the point where like I think ESL was negotiating RLCS talent contracts, assuming they would get the gig, and then they turned out not to. Really? That's how we give it up? Okay. So, with all that said, ESL got pissy, and they were like, well, you screwed us over, so therefore we're planning to have a LAN at ESL, screw you. And then they basically said you don't get a LAN anymore, and that's why when you go to Rocket League, there's basically no more actual like DreamHack tournaments. There's bring your own controller free play tournament type stuff, but there's not actually any like formal Rocket League tournament. And so because of that my working theory is because ESL pulled out of that DreamHack, it changed pretty much the entire CRL season. And they had to reallocate a bunch of budget and time and find a new location. Then they realized they couldn't. And then they started realizing, well, if that's changed, the format kind of has to shift. And then the format couldn't shift in time. And then they decided, you know, we're just going to have to can it. And then last minute, they kind of unceremoniously dumped it. So that was when CRL, quote unquote, kind of died, or at least flatlined for a little bit. That's a very long-winded answer to Velocity. But no, recently, I think it's just about Epic trying to basically play financial catch-up, because they've been throwing money at the wall. They are paying an absurd amount for the size that Rocket League was for Worlds and whatnot. So they've downgraded the CRL budget a little bit, but they're still keeping it alive. And it's, I think right now, just in the regain segment, where they're just trying to get a little bit more consistent, get their, you know, the ground underneath their feet, and then from there, then they can start building again. That's kind of my take on it. So CRL is definitely not dead. It's just slightly reduced for now. Hey, Luke Solar. Hey, Lions Kingdom. My goat? Oh, close one. You should speed on Sonic games? Dude, Musa, I don't know if you have a listening impairment, but Sonic is a garbage franchise. Horrible IP. Zero good games. I would never play a Sonic game, much less speedrun one. Although that is the ideal way to play Sonic, any Sonic game, as fast as possible so you don't have to endure how horrible those games' mechanics are and the gameplay loop. Okay, nice pre-jump. Whoa. What a light touch. I don't understand how that catch worked. Tie! Bang! Like pass! Let's go! Trust me! That's what I want to see out of my teammates. Even like Sonic games, you're playing them wrong. Musa, you're playing everything wrong. What? Bro, wait, what? There's a van? I completely forgot there's a freaking van in this. Oh, bro, I love this. This is so stupid. It's time to shiv. Oh, yeah. I mean, compared to today's games, yeah, but when I was 9 playing Sonic in the Sega Genesis, nope. Any side-scrolling Sonic is the worst part of Sonic. The only game that even remotely gets close to interesting with Sonic is Sonic Battle GX or DX on the GBA. That is the single game. And you know why? Because it's so unlike any other Sonic game that it becomes interesting. It was literally like a fighter where you like had like these different move sets and characters, and the whole game was not racing. It was not running as fast as possible. It's not like you're too slow. It's literally just fighting. Look it up. Great game. Turin Turo. Oh my gosh, it's been a while. Turin goes to UTSA? UTSA? Breaking news, yeah. Mario and Sonic at the Olympic Games. Get that Wii garbage out of my face. Oh. No, the Wii isn't garbage, but again, any game involving Sonic, unfortunately, is trash. But even if you say, oh, Mario and Sonic, the Olympic Games, that's not a Sonic game. That's Mario bench pressing the weight that Sonic takes up by being garbage to make a passable game. I'm talking standalone Sonic games. Sonic is like the king out of like a 6 out of 10 game experience. Like, I'm good. Oh. Hey, Preston. You missed! Thank you. Oh. Sonic Unleashed, is that the one where he's a werewolf? A werepog? Oh, well, that was not the cut I wanted. What the heck? This van handles strangely, chat. It's like driving a FedEx truck, chat. Nice. Frontiers, is that the one where he's a medieval knight? I don't know, Moose, I'm just gonna say, if you can age 10 years up and still like Sonic games, then good for you. But there's a certain point of maturity you gotta reach where you understand you've been playing hot garbage. Like, if you like the art style, if you like the world and whatever, sure, go for it. But don't sit there and be like, oh, those are 9 out of 10 games, buddy. Let's be real. Let's be real. You're among friends here, right? You don't have to lie to me. He's not dead? Went to my middle school's homecoming game, Pog. Did you guys win? Did not expect you to... Did not expect you to do that turn. But Bam's pretty good. The female team get absolutely destroyed. Damn. Our teammate is, my football program at my alma mater has been undefeated since 1882. Primarily because we never had a football program. That we had a whole t-shirt about that. It's Geneseo football, undefeated since 1882. I'm gonna finish my workout and a likely story. What is happening? Playing out of the season is so weirdly oriented. Turn, there's no way you got that mid boost and the corner, sad. Wii Sports will never be beaten. Wii Sports is still one of the best-selling games, but the thing is, it's because it knows what it is and it executes it well. That's why Wii Sports is so elite, even now. Because it's not trying to do like, oh, with this golf game, you have an ultra-powerful swing, and you have a power-up, and then you also have randomizers, and you also have flaming trails, and you can also knock each other's balls off the... No, it's just golf. That's it. That's all it needs to do. It's always the stuff that I always get bothered by with sports games. They try to turn to this like ultra elite all-star tennis, blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, nah, just give me like a good tennis sim. Like, yeah, make it cartoony, whatever. Like, it doesn't have to be perfect, but like, we don't also need to deal with everything else. Oh, that's really funny. Ugh, no one likes an overachiever, Fefe. This car feels wrong, I swear. Every movement I make. What hitbox is this? I thought there'd just be like an Octane, like at the Merc or whatever, or like Merc-esque, but it's not. Oh, I thought we were losing. Well, it's just a chill thing. It's something, well, also the strength of anything in the Nintendo catalog is that ideally anybody could play it. Like, it's something that you could do, that's actually the biggest weakness of, I would say, Xbox and PS3 and all that, or PlayStation, is the fact that if you have someone who doesn't play video games, like many of like my former girlfriends or some of my cousins or whatever, you hand them a controller and they're like, what is this? They're like genuinely like, I don't, this is so many things to deal with. But with Wii, it's like, oh, you just shake it like that, or you press this button, this one button or whatever, and that's really it. And the controls are so much easier for that. Talk, I love your content's all W. Hey, Pulse. So I feel like that's why I think no matter what gaming turns into with my PC and PS6 or whatever it's coming out, I'm always gonna try to probably have some form of a Nintendo console, because if my little niece wants to play something, or you know, you want to play games with friends who maybe aren't gamers or whatever, it's very easy to pick up like a bunch of party games and just game on that. Something I feel like a lot of people forget about. Like, you ever try to teach someone how to play COD or something? My God, dude. Honestly, most irritating experience of my life. And granted, I learned it was because I was actually getting really fed up with not having any free time, but my first girlfriend, she didn't really understand the idea of like, I'm an introvert, so I need like alone time. Because for her, it was like, nah, you're gonna be with me every waking second. So I remember video games were kind of like my escape from that. It was like my way to enjoy me time. I remember one time she came over and she's like, can you teach me how to play video game, like COD or whatever? Because that was my main game. And I was like, I guess. And then I basically tried to show her that. Watching her play on the lowest sensitivity, being unable to aim even a little bit, made me so low level angry, and I just never really understood why. And I realized it was just because it's like, I'm using time I could be relaxing with COD or whatever, teaching you the one thing that is a part of my life that doesn't involve you. Took many years of reflection to realize why I got so angry then. You were playing excellent? I was not. Do you have a favorite sport? Soccer. Watching a lot of football as well, though. Do we have Cryptic? We do not, sad. Also, I forgot to check the hitboxes car. Wait, I thought you were in the band. What do you mean? You said you could have pulled out your clarinet. What are you, wait, what are you in your school? Are you just not in the band that plays at the I guess the marching band? Are you like in band? You can't relax with COD? I mean, if you're good at it. Back in like the days of like Modern Warfare 3, I mean, I had like around a 3.5 KD and 6v6 Dom. That was my favorite playlist. This car feels like a Dominus length, but it's tall. So I'm really confused what this hitbox possibly is, because it turns very off. Like, I don't know what I'm steering right now. It feels longer than a... I wouldn't be surprised, honestly, if this is one of those visual hitbox not matching the hitbox things, because I think it's a Merc, but it feels longer than the Merc. I don't know if you guys are seeing that too. You went to your old middle school's homecoming game? Why? But you gotta move on. I don't think I ever went back and watched anything at my local middle school. I think the only time is when the middle school had a game on before we did for varsity or something. So we would like cheer them on or something. Why not? I don't know, man. I'm just like, once I moved on, I don't know. I guess it's not weird. I just feel like when I moved on from middle school, I just never really looked back. I never like went back to visit the old stomping grounds. I'm like, I never set foot in that campus ever again. So for me, I'm just like, why would you go back? I don't really have cherished memories in middle school. That's part of why, I think. Like, looking back, I will say, well, parents being like, oh, your high school years, these are the golden years. I lie. That's a lie. I think college is like the golden years. They're way more stressed, but I feel like that's when you genuinely feel like for the first time, like, oh, this is like me as an adult. This is like how it's gonna be growing up type of stuff. Feels a lot more interesting that way. What? You are not supersonic. Wow, you fuckers are useless. Jesus Christ, Orange. Get me out. Holy. Man, I don't think I've won have I won a game tonight, chat? I don't think I have. Yeah, we are just revolving doors in the back there. It was like every attack that went forward is just on target and in. It's like, okay. No contest on that. Granted, I got demoed retreating, but I didn't think Cryptic would be able to recover. He was out of boost and was not moving fast enough, so really confused what's going on there. Oh, this is where I can check the... Oh, that explains a lot. Okay, my box isn't on. All right. Plugins, hitbox, practice. Whoa, 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 dude, settle down. What the? My boost is permanently tapped down? Hello? That was really weird. Okay. Is this really the Merc hitbox? That's okay, that's a pretty good fit then. This is an Octane. That's a Merc. It is a Merc. I don't know why this feels so weird then. This turning feels like very wide. Oh, well, it's a little skinnier than it probably should be, but I don't know. Play fours. I would rather die OT winner than play fours. I refuse to play that game mode unless I have a party. How do you feel about the Ballon d'Or winner this year? Ousmane Dembele won. I mean, I'm not surprised. I didn't 100% know it was going to be him, but he was definitely an integral part to PSG, so I'm not going to sit here like, you freaking, why? Remember stats. And I'm like, I don't know. Stats are a huge part of the Ballon d'Or, but like, I think it's kind of weird to, it's kind of like MVP voting. I always find it kind of funny when like, someone on a really good team puts up insane stats and then they're like, oh, well, clearly they're the best player in the world. I'm like, well, maybe, but like how many other players would put up those stats? I think it's way more impressive to be on like a mediocre team and still be able to put up good points. That's why basketball has like dope stats, like value over replacement. I think stats like that really show like the actual value you carry. Because in that regard, you're able to look at players like Jokic, who I think should basically get MVP every year because when he is on the court, the Nuggets can actually win games and he brings them up out of being a mediocre team. And goddamn, we get Cryptic and then we don't even get the game. But when you look at him off the court, like the Nuggets are a horrible team, like below league average in basically everything when he's not on the court. That is the definition in my mind of value. So I'm not saying like SGA is a fraud or he's a foul merchant or whatever, but like I always find it confusing when the best player on the best team wins the award, because then you look at his value over replacement and it's like he takes OKC, which was a very good team, from very good to elite. But is that more impressive than taking not good at all team to actually pretty decent? I don't know. I don't think it is. So it's always, I never understood the point of most valuable player when you're just gonna give it to the best stats. Like, is that really the most value? Is he absolutely 100% necessary to a team's success? I don't know. I think it's voter fatigue, though. Some players are so popular and always come out on top of those lists that I think eventually people just are like, you know, screw it, I don't care what, I'm just not going to give it to him. And they'll always find some other excuse. Like Zen? I mean, I don't know about that. Like, Zen's very good, obviously. I think another aspect of playing as MVPs, you don't really get off series. And I feel like Zen, especially in the middle of the year, always tends to have a little off series. Him and Monkey Moon are kind of like that, in fact. They're both players that are very good at the end of the season, but near the beginning and middle, they tend to have a lot of like sleeper series where they're just not doing as well. They'll like miss clear stuff. They'll make like weird mistakes. And it's kind of weird. I can always wonder like how that works for some players. And honestly, statistically, Monkey Moon isn't even like a bad player in all those like other seasons like that. He just occasionally will have like a series where you're like, that can't happen, you know? Like, it's one thing to get outplayed by KC. It's another like just like hand them goals, you know? Had a pretty bad season entirely. I wouldn't say pretty bad. I mean, bad maybe by his standards, but... Oh, I just had him beat. He was jumping pretty low. Already got carried to your tourney tag. What tourney tag? I don't even wear my tourney tags. Ah, man, that's a shame. That was a really good touch. I didn't think that would not clear the ceiling there. Hey, great done. Yeah, it's different to be a good team player versus a good solo player. Well, I mean, you can get away with it in a lot of cases, but I don't know, just kind of strange to witness, like, when people are voting for MVPs, they just go for the best stats. But I'm like, we really have to think about, like, in my mind, MVP is like, this is the player that without them, their team would be dramatically different or dramatically worse. So if you take like SGA off of OKC or whatever, I don't think that team becomes bad. They just become slightly less dangerous. But I'm like, does that really mean you're that valuable to your team? If your team is still very good without you? Like, I don't know. Nice. Losing since stream started? Well, me and you both. Wrong guy, different streamer. I mean, Dropshot, I don't really know why you care. If someone got carried to a tag, then maybe, I don't know, stop being bitter about it and then get your own carry. But even if you say that, I mean, I'm a streamer, people say like, oh, you must have been carried to your games, even though 99.9% of my hold on. I need to see lightning on this because he landed near the goal with a lot of boost. Never mind. Okay, I thought he was turning near post, so I was like, that's okay, he's got that. I didn't realize he fully left. This is the weirdest game. All right. Like Derrick Henry with the Titans when he left the team just immediately sucked. Yeah, like any player, if you leave and suddenly they are like a shell of themselves, I think that shows the value of a player. Carrie. That is a name, not the noun you're looking for. Ooh, on the beat on that one from Spotify. That was funny. Feeling Zen, like I feel Zen is the best player in the world isn't a crazy statement, even though he came in at 12th. No, I mean, I agree with that. I think honestly, I would say Drawley right now. I would say Drawley's the best overall player, but Zen is definitely the most mechanical player we've ever seen. In terms of like actually mechanical consistency, I would say he's pretty elite. I would say Drawley for me is just like a little bit more, he's mechanically solid as well, but he's also just overall seems like he works better into a system. Like I would trust Drawley on pretty much any team. I think Zen, you'd have to build a team pretty much specifically around him. I don't know if that would work as cleanly. That hit the corner? Thank you for not scoring that. I'm playing like an actual bot tonight, Chad. I'm sorry about this. I'm trying to pick it up a little. No. Stop driving back and forth, Sola. What are you doing? Good. All right, let's go back to the Octane, chat. As much as I want to play with a fun car, I very much feel off. I don't know. I don't know why. Maybe the Merc is just like this, but it feels like the turning is just like off. Like I don't know how to really describe it. Like I feel like every time I'm turning to go for a ball, I'm like slightly not facing where I want to be. Well, I mean, also value as a player is also a lot easier to ascertain, in my opinion, when there's 11 players in the field. Like in offense, there's skill positions, you know. Defense, like every single player is like pretty much even, I would say evenly distributed, but I would say pretty much everyone agrees the most important position in all of football is the quarterback, at least on offense, you know? Because like you can have pretty much elite everything else, but if your quarterback isn't good, you will probably not be winning a lot of games. Because like half the job is passing well. The other half is like reading the defense and knowing how to audible out or be able to actually apply the playbook in the right way along with the coach. NFL, it's hard to say because it depends on your teammates too. Like to be a good running back, you need a good O-line. I mean, not entirely. There's some running backs who make it work regardless. But yeah, there's definitely a lot of cases where the O-line is I would say the O-line probably elevates everything else though. Because if you give even a mediocre quarterback in the NFL like 3-4 seconds every single drop back, you'll probably be pretty good. But yeah, it's kind of sad watching some teams where like the moment the quarterback drops back, he's pressured. It's literally like you get one Mississippi and you gotta throw it. It's like no quarterback's gonna thrive under that. Hi, Zachary Mead. Kind of just a good person because I feel like Drawley has choked multiple times at Raleigh and at Worlds. I think Vadi and Anta performed better than him this year overall. I mean, I'd have to watch back some games, but I don't remember him choking necessarily. I don't define missing a shot unless it's wide open as choking, by the way, if that's what you mean. Like if he had a shot and he barred it or something, I don't define that as choking. I just think that's like a thing that happens with every player. If he's doing it over and over and over and over again, then it's like, okay, yeah, he needs to lock in and hit the custom training a bit. Why are we in and outing that? He had a really bad Raleigh. I'm not gonna lie, I do not remember Raleigh well enough to actually know how that went down. Worlds would be fine, but he did not. He bricked that one wide open on Neo Tokyo. Fair. Yeah, France is a weird one. It's crazy that we had finally a French LAN, and we're thinking the French teams are going to be all over that, and then they all I mean, okay, I'm not going to sit here and say they bombed out, but like Carmi not even making the grand finals is like actually something I was very surprised by. I thought they were like the heir apparents. Granted, they played an On Fire's Falcons team who just plays them super well. And I still maintain, and I think I've tweeted this out before, the only team that I was like in the world that can really hang with Falcons is Energy, because they're the only team that plays full speed and with like adequate challenges all the way throughout. Because I feel like every other team tries to play Falcons and they're like, what if I out 50 the Mina players? I'm like, you're a psycho if you think you're going to do that. And then Energy are just twos demons, so that's literally all they do. They just keep high pressure on you, steal every boost, and refuse to rotate out, take every single 50 like it's life or death. And it's like, that's exactly how Falcons crumble. That's why it keeps being 4-1 in major tournaments against them with Energy. Or G2, I guess now. Or G2 in the past. K-Corp played Falcons well. Yeah, I mean, they did, but at the end of the day, it's like you could tell, like, even though they were out shooting them, it was still very much like Falcons kind of in the driver's seat of that series, at least for my perspective. So definitely K-Corp played them well, but like there was like a faltering that they had. Like that, well, that many teams. How do we not get, what? Teammate, you were on the near post and or next to that. I need to see this again. And with 100 boost. He slowed down too much. I mean overall across the season, okay. I thought K-Corp was a lock to make grands. I didn't know if they were gonna win it, because they've had like a little bit up and down in that regard. Yeah, Vatira is definitely getting up there in terms of best players to never win a world, so definitely something that is gonna probably taint his legacy as he gets older. And I know that's probably gonna eat at him a little bit, because yeah, you can win all the majors you want. You're definitely among the best to ever do it, but until he wins a world, that's always gonna be like the monkey on his back. People are always gonna be like, how can he be the GOAT if he can never take home worlds? Are you GC3 today? No, only because this is very early season. Oh my god, he was so far away that I thought he was all the way back. I'm a bot. But yeah, we're typically GC3 every season. GC3 SSL. Ah, he just hit that as hard as possible and very much hit that all the way across as well. Tap? Oh, well. Just trying to beat him there. Missed that boost casually. No one saw that. It's fine. I don't want to rush that because I saw my teammate on the far side go for it, and I was like, if he loses that, it's a disaster. Not a good touch, Chow. Nice. Really over-rotated on that. Nice. Stay near. Are they in a party? Yeah, okay, I was about to say, like, they're challenging way too fast to be randoms. Like, that guy effed up that hit and then immediately had help. Like, that just doesn't happen in solo queue. I'm gonna keep that around him because I saw the pre-jump. Oh, nice bounce shot. Okay, I was gonna demo the second guy. I trust that was gonna be on target. CSUN, California State University. California State University. What is an N? Maybe it's Colorado State University. Colorado State University. N. Any Coloradans, Californians know what CSUN is for a college? CSUN. Taco, what do you mean? But I'm thinking through all the different, because I know CSUF, I know CSULB, but I'm thinking like Colorado State University. I don't know enough Colorado cities. I'm like, there's Boulder, but that's not CSU, that's Colorado University. It's Cal State Northridge? I have no idea what that is. You say taco ... as if like that's a college people name off the top of their heads all the time. What the hell is Northridge? Where is he? Where even is that? Oh, generational choke. Oof. Okay, no problem. Any Coloradans in chat? Oh, well, that's the whole point of why I said it. I was like, is any Coloradans? Because I'm like, Shu could be there, you could be there, Alice, I guess, well, not Coloradan, but you know, she lives there, so I was just asking. Yeah, I wasn't saying as if I don't know if anyone lives in Colorado. Nice. That's crazy choke. Okay, well, we finally won one, chat. Holy crap. These games are strange. Did they bring this back? They did. All right, rings will lead us to the promised land. Oh. Got my first delivery of my new partnership swag and whatnot. Excited for that. I still have to set up my my affiliate code and all that, but I'm excited. Excited to tweet that stuff out. It's okay, no one saw that. No one saw me miss it for the second time either. Ooh, figured that was gonna be near target. Buddy, they have the $2.40 super chat. Easy most underrated streamer. I don't know about that, man. I've been sauceless the past couple days. I also need to start uploading again. I've been super busy with work. Been neglecting my content work. How you doing, awesomeness? Whoop. Can't get there. That's fine. What a save, dude. That's rigged. That's pass. Bang, bang. Bang, right on his head. Only hit next. I know Cryptic's the only one who's going to get to it, and that's a goal. All right. We're like Chris Paul out here, chat. Distribute the rock. Nope. I don't want to take away his dribble. Nice. Wow, this game has pivoted. Ooh. Almost had my double. Yeah, a little over. Crooks is not going to get that. It's fine. Okay. Didn't get the ceiling pinch. Blocked away. What an air double by Cryptic. No bonk. What time were you last SL? Last season. Disagree. I don't really agree that you shot that around me. Did I get a ghost touch on this? I mean, okay. Fair enough. Nice. Cool about game mode 3s. Nice. Okay. Not the best clear, but just wanted it out. Okay, that's not gonna spawn for me. I got teammates behind me, that's all that matters. Good turn. Oh, some teammates saw that, but I cut him. I'm playing a little too spazzy right now. Speaking too spazzy, I did Crux to the exact same thing I did to him last game. Okay, good save. Just trying to stay in front of it. I didn't really have that first read. I was trying to play his 50. Okay. What is these game mode to get your peak rank? I don't know, whatever game you play the most. Historically, it's been 2s, but I feel like that's kind of fallen off, at least the higher ranks, because there's just so many 2s players. Oh my god, I saw a teammate leave the ball, and I was like, wait. That's fine. Crux, what are you doing? Why are you always out of boost? Were you not behind me this whole time? You wave dash and hit the brake in the corner. Okay, that makes a lot more sense. I don't know why you're hitting your brake there. Just like rotate through. If he just rotated through the corner and then if it spawned, it spawned. And if it didn't, then it didn't. Then he'd still be in the middle. But instead he went to the corner and then hard hit the brake, which led to him not being ready for it. Oh, if he didn't touch that, it was a goal. I actually had a good angle on that. I was playing his leave. I was thinking he was going for a 50 or something. That's fine. Gives up ball. That's okay. That should be something Cryptic gets. That's a really annoying bounce. That's even a more annoying roll. We are just throwing that ball away. Okay, that's fine. I bumped him. Cryptic, that's uncontested for a bit. Bump back post. Nice. That's just in. Nice. That's how you bump the back post. You're my favorite RL creator. Thank you, 40 Cash. I'm trying to warm up a little bit better because right now I'm playing like hot dookie. I don't feel tired, which is why I'm really confused why everything just feels a little off today. Maybe I'm just old. I have some DMs. I'm just checking. Excuse me. Okay. Kyle for the full year. Thank you, Kyle, for the remembering. Now you get the coolest possible badge. How do you get custom ball training? It's Bacchus mod. It's PC only. It was actually alpha console through Bacchus mod. Oh. Hey, Kyle, they go to 450. Very specific, but gets us to 6.9. All right.
Good luck with the win streak as always.
Thank you, Kyle. Push us on to 10. Hopefully you had a wonderful day. Hopefully leading into a peaceful and hype Friday. Uh-oh. Getting the sense that we are dealing with teammates who are, one is carrying the other. Cheesy's a very good player, if I remember correctly, so. Oh my god. Not gonna lie, I hit that across because I knew the first guy was there. I did not expect the guy on the back post to just be lingering. Wow, he was playing not the bounce the ball? Goated prediction by that guy? Playing the 50. That works. Goal. Bang. Nope. Yep. Switch from tap tower section to a base tower. The base trailer has been nothing but headaches. That's not fun. Sorry about that. Yeah, I was kind of wondered about that. Like, I'm sure like there's certain freights you get used to, and then eventually you hit like ones where it's just like you got to relearn what you've learned type stuff, or you got to adjust in weird ways. Yes, Casey. What thoughts on the new season? It's a season. I think adding 4s is definitely an interesting little caveat. Good pre-jump by that guy, damn. I thought I was gonna lob it extra high and get past him. Nice, Fig. I don't know, it's a season. Like, there's 4s is a nice thing. Rock Pass is kind of fun, but there's nothing really that I'm like, whoa, about. I'm just kind of like, all right. We're playing some Sam guys, I guess. 120 ping. It feels on US East. Feels maybe a Mexican squad. I feel like with East ping, you'd probably have like 140 if you're Brazilian. Need to get Unreal Engine. Nah, it's not happening until I don't know, maybe end of next year, in my opinion. I genuinely was convinced it was going to be happening at Worlds this year, or an announcement, because I know they're working on it, and I keep hearing whispers that it was actually supposed to. It makes me feel like something went down and they decided to shift course. Ah, ship it in. A sec. Okay. Kind of hoping Japao was not going to react to that. You're dead. Nah, try to flick it over him. Just trying to get that initial flick over him. Blind? Ooh. Hey, Stream Kid. Day's going alright. Work's getting a little stressful. I think we might get to the point where we are going to have to probably work beyond 40 hours a week, because I'm working on a lot of stuff lately that between having to do meetings, make calls, like handle administrative tasks and all that, I'm slowly realizing I genuinely don't know if I have enough time hours in the day. So I'm gonna have to do some work out of work hours, I think. But it's worth it, because this job is, you know, a good job. So if I'm not streaming at some points during the week, you'll know why. I also am doing a very important certification for myself at work, starting Tuesday and Wednesday of next week. And I completely forgot I didn't finish all the training for it, so the prerequisite training, and that takes like 15 to 20 hours. So I think I completed a decent amount of it, but I have to do that by the Tuesday, Wednesday, on top of all the other random nonsense I have to do. So it's like, ugh. Do I reset? I do. Do you play the new Sonic mode? I don't play anything Sonic related, because Sonic is an ass game franchise, in my opinion. Horrible IP. I need to just pre-jump it. That's a goal. Okay. Why? Teammate, you had it. No, I have no interest in 99.99999% of LTMs. I simply just do not play them. Maybe if I was a better creator that was more friendly with Epic, maybe I would put more effort into them, but I don't know. I'm too comp-pilled. Can't play anything for goofs. The only thing I get close to is like the April Fool's modes, because those are just stupid for stupid's sake. Like the three-wheeled car mode, that's just fun. I don't know how much I can play of it, but it's fun to load it up at least once or twice. Bang, bang! Wow! About time. That was clean. That was clean, chat. You can eat off that double. Do you only play Rocket League? On stream, pretty much, yeah. We played Crab Champions on stream. That was funny. That was actually a really lit stream. We had like good viewership the entire time. In my brain, I was like, am I the #1 Crab Champion streamer on all of YouTube right now? I think I might be. Because I'm like, we had constant new viewers coming in being like, what the heck? I enjoyed Sonic 1 on Sega. Man, you're the second person now that said like, man, I love the Genesis ones. Yeah, I play a lot of RPGs. Strategy games. Off stream, I just don't stream them. But you didn't even go for the boost, you just bumped me for bump's sake. That's crazy. Wait, huh? Wait, hold on. Where was that midfield demo? Oh, okay, never mind. Is it 420 where you are? No, I'm in the US. Do you play Madden or NBA? No, Madden is something I will never buy unless I get a free code for it, which I'm supposed to get because I casted Madden 2025. It was a high school national championship that I casted for Play Versus. They were supposed to give out codes to some people that worked that event, and they gave it to my friend Jen, and I don't know if she ever got it. And she said she was gonna give it to me if she got it. So I'm like, I would never buy Madden because of that. I like basketball a lot. I never played the 2K games. That's a lie. I think I played one of the 2K games like way back when. Like so far back that like Yao Ming was still in the NBA type far back. And I don't know, I'm just like not really a fan of basketball sims. The animations always look like the players' feet are like sliding on the floor. Like it just looks unnatural. I feel like FIFA and Madden at least look halfway decent. But I feel like any basketball sim just simply does not look decent. Oh my God. What a waste of my time. Ty Scully misses the bump on the backboard. Oof. Why are you even going for that? My first console was, unless we're counting handhelds, my first console was a PS2. That was the oh. We can't even forfeit yet. Yeah, Game Boy Color was my first. Game Boy Advance is like my first fully mine. Nice, okay, there's one. Was Yao Ming 2002? No, I mean, it's more recent than that, but no, I don't remember my first 2K game. I just remember buying it once and then being like, not really my thing, and then never playing again. The state of basketball sims are pretty bad. 2K is really in their bag when it comes to football games. They made up to 2005. They were doing ESPN NFL, and it was really good. I actually have hypothetically, I emulate something on PS3. I would never actually emulate because that's illegal. But hypothetically, if I did use a PS3 emulator, I've been playing a lot of All-Pro Football 2K8, which is the last football game 2K Sports ever made. It was basically a game just to get around NFL licensing, where instead of using NFL players and franchises, they used a fake league consisting of retired NFL players. So it's like Lawrence Taylor and John Elway, Walter Payton, Barry Sanders, like stuff like that. Like, and you could draft them, and there was no stats. So it wasn't like you picked a team with like 90 speed or whatever. They had skill ratings. So like, you know how Madden nowadays has like X factors and stuff? It was basically like a player could have 1 to 5 of those, and it determined if they were like a bronze, silver, or gold player. And then the rest were generic players with kind of like whatever stats. It was kind of like an interesting way to build a team and do roster composition. But the gameplay for that game is legit. To this day, it's still my favorite playing football game. Favorite is Madden 14. I seem to remember the one with Vince Young being really solid, Madden. I think it's Madden 08. Go! No! Dude, if I'm gonna get anything out of this garbage 5-minute Urban Central game, give me at least the redirect. Football with gore? Oh, that's the game. Honestly, chat, NFL Street 2 and 3 were pretty legit. Not saying 1 was bad, but those are the ones I remember the best. I also like the intro cinematic with Ocho Cinco, where he says, you don't have to like me, but you will respect me. Yeah, like 10, 12-year-old me thought that was the hardest line. Why don't you play on an org or a team? What do you mean? Because I'm not good enough for that in every sense of the word? What's the worst Rocket League game mode? Heat Seeker, to be honest. It's just like a total waste of time. Speaking of. Do you still play the game at all? Shaq, what? What are you even referring to there? Play the game? Play what game? The Sonic game is so bad. I mean, I'm just not a fan of LTMs. Also, learning my PS5 can play PS4 games was pretty lit. Especially because I gave away my PS4 to my buddy in grad school because he had never had a gaming console growing up for reasons. And he was playing my PS4 so much to play Minecraft and I guess some other games. And I was like, honestly, take it. Because I was on my PC 99% of the time anyway. So I'm like, honestly, it's not worth me keeping this PS4. You're getting way more mileage out of it. And he was like, oh man, what do I owe you? I'm like, nah, just take it, seriously. And looking back, I was like, man, how am I gonna play Bloodborne? That was such a stupid decision to me. And then I realized later, oh wait, my PS5 could do it. So when I bought a PS5, I was immediately started it. Not playing any PS5 games. I was playing freaking Bloodborne. Please jump. I say you're good and could go pro. 40K, I appreciate the faith. I don't think you know what you're talking about. If you watched literally any pro player play before, you would immediately realize, yeah, Ninja Taco is not nearly that good, or so is 99.99%. If I was that good, then anyone could be a pro. Bonk. This is the worst. Hey, Carter's made. Hope you had a good day. I had a pretty good day. Work's pretty stressful. I think I injured my back out of literally stress. I don't even think it was like a physical like strain. I was searching my symptoms up and asking my buddy who's a MD, and he's like, honestly, that sounds like a stress injury. Like, not like physical as much as just like, you're just really uptight and you pulled it. I'm like, good to know. Well, the biggest thing people mistake is like, they'll hear players SSL and they're like, oh, they must be pro level. Nope. If there was a rank above SSL, it would be like insanely high and it'd be called pro. Like, it would be like significant. Like legitimately, there are players who hit SSL in a game mode and win literally 40 plus games past that and are still not good enough to make pro play. Like, there are so many levels. Pros are like are good on a level that is like almost unfathomable to most people. Compared to me, you're saying pro? I mean, statistically, I'm better than the vast majority of people because if you're SSL, you're, you know, Better than 99.999% of all people. But that being said, that does not mean I'm even remotely close to being a pro. Are we gonna win that one more? Ah, I was trying to get the lightest little touch of the corner. Take a 50, that works. Whoa, Collegiate, yes, thank you for the raid. I'm so sorry. My Twitch loves not alerting me when there's a raid. How are games tonight? That was Z's double. Save. 4 out of 5 games to OT? Hell yeah, that's what we like to see. Oh, I was playing as 50. All right, basically pre-jumped that. I was like, I know exactly where that's gonna go. I just have to wait for him to actually hit it. I'm trying to bet he passes this back middle. Oh, never mind. He took way too long for that. I try not to look at injuries close up because Google tries me to tell me I'm gonna die every day. I mean, that was like the old joke with WebMD is everything is cancer, you know? Had number 3 Mizzou and number Florida went in a reverse sweep attempt to game 5 overtime. Good to know. And a lot of my seedings, I have Florida and Mizzou very close, so I'm glad to know that they are actually close. Good to hear, Collegiate CS. I'm trying to stay abreast of all the different collegiate leagues because that's like the hardest part about following collegiate is that it's not just following a league, it's following CCS and NECC and NACE and also a Playfly league and also PCL and then also the Power Conference and also it's just like, oh my God, there's so many like different leagues that I have to keep a track of. And the worst part is, I'm gonna say, Drop shot, no political content in stream, please. Okay. Wow, what a show. Oh. Everything isn't cancer. I did find out I was pregnant. I'm a guy. Just imagine you just have a headache and then it looks up. It's like, probably pregnant. And you're just like, go to the store to buy a pregnancy test real quick. Which one of collegiate leagues is the biggest? By numbers, I think right now it's probably NACE. All right, drop shot. I told you that to not do that, so you're gonna get banished. Kirk, I told you to not keep bringing up the same topic, so we're just gonna time you out for 24 hours. See you later. How's Taco doing today? Hey, Prada. We're doing all right. Start off weird. We'll get back there. Yeah, I would say NACE is probably the biggest. It's NACE or NECC. They just actually released the statistics on that, and I'm trying to remember what they were. But I want to say NACE or NECC is probably the largest. But that makes sense. They've been like the longest. NACE, to be honest, I don't really know how big it is in regard to top teams. Like across all the spectrum, I think it's probably like one of the better organized wings, but biggest issue I see is like there's no motivation to play in NACE if you're a larger, better team, because they decided this time that they're going to take out prizing, which there's a myriad of reasons why that can be a good thing. But in my opinion, it's very hard to legitimize CRL as an oh my God. It's very hard to legitimize CRL as an esport among certain players when you make a system where these players are getting scholarship to play there, but there's a bunch of tournaments that offer cash, you know? or cash prizes or scholarship prizing, and then all of a sudden Ace is like, actually, we don't have any prizing. Okay, but then they keep saying, yeah, we get to reinvest it elsewhere. But then increasingly people keep looking at their like budget for this year and they're like, I don't understand where you're putting this money. And in my opinion, they're putting it in their pockets. So it's not about, we're not gonna pay out the prize pools. Instead, we're going to focus it on building a bigger LAN, or we're gonna give you guys merch, or we're gonna give you whatever, we're gonna give you more in-person experiences, something like that. No, it's literally just like, I'm going to just save $50,000 or whatever. Not bad for personally violating the rule a second time. Well, Nightbot was timing him out, so I think part of it was him just not understanding. So I decided 24 hours. Trying to roll that lightly, but I'm like, down the line would be probably the anticipation that they wouldn't see. Putting that in the middle because I saw one guy leave the middle. What NFL team do you support? I am a Bills fan because I grew up outside of Buffalo. Nightbot's ruthless? Someone's gotta be. Nightbot is bad cop. It works. College the only team, well, support a local team. It's honestly why I believe Collegiate Rocket League is going to become such a big part of Rocket League in the future as we invest more viewership and prize pooling into it, and as more and more larger schools get into it, because like that's something I've seen a lot is like the problem with esport orgs is that they're not geographically tied. And so when you're trying to choose a team to play support, it's kind of arbitrary, you know? Like sometimes people just choose it because like they like the players or they create content or whatever. But like other times it's just kind of random. I don't know, I like this team. That's why you get a lot of bandwagoning, I feel like. Whereas at least I feel like growing up, it's very easy to root for your local team because you see it all the time. The merch is there. There's also an identification of like if you're from Kansas City, if you're from Los Angeles, if you're from Oakland, whatever, you can be like, yeah, I support my town team. And I feel like with college, everyone grows up at least somewhat near a big school, or at least knows people who went to a school. Like we literally had a dude in the stream a while back, was casting something, and he's like, hey, I just recognized Kennesaw State's there? I live right down the road from that. Oh my God, well, now I have a team to support. And I'm like, isn't that kind of cool? He knew nothing about this league, but he saw Kennesaw State was in it, and he's like, well, I live in Georgia. Let's support Kennesaw State for the Rocket League team, because I know them, and I have friends who go there and whatnot. I'm like, that's really cool. You don't get that in esports. I'm not saying we need to franchise like professional esports, but I don't know. I understand the motivation to do so, to get that geographical buy-in. We need Jinxie to start obsessing in Rocket League for Clash so we get more players. Clash what? Clash Royale. That works. I hate that touch. Is that a mobile game? Wow! You had so much time to line up that 50 and you went over. Oh, wow. You could have not approached that any worse. God dang, dude. I was not ready for him to lose it that bad. Bang. You saved that? Damn. Close enough. What did I do? Nightbot told me not to use the same letters. Let me see your message you got timed out on. What NFL team do you support if you don't have one? Then what NBA team support? I don't know. I think you might have just said support twice and it assumed you were spamming or whatever. I genuinely actually do not know what you typed there. I think you just used a lot of the same words. Dropshot comes in, call me a libtard because I have a rule where there's nothing political allowed in chat, left or right or center. Okay, buddy. Just call me a slur related to intelligence and then completely misinterpret what I heard because you don't know how to interpret the rule. Oh. Life's too short to be angry all the time, drop. I'm also a huge fan of people who come in and they get timed out for something and then timed out again. And then this guy comes in on an ult and then says, this man's Nightbot, which is auto-timing me out for many different things that are not approved in chat. I'm gonna say a slur. That'll probably get through. Auto-deleted. This is literally 1984. My buddy, your IQ is room temp. Jesus Christ. Go enjoy your night. People are so weird, dude. Going to bed, hopefully you get to SSL. We are not getting SSL tonight. It's early season. I don't think a single person in the world is SSL right now in threes. I'm gonna fake that. Nice, bang. Well done, Ant. Let's go. Oh my god, it's Ant. I just realized. Yeah, he's not the sharpest bulb in the coop. PMU Anthony? Yep. Oh. I was specifically trying to slot that near post and I really over-adjust on that. Ah! That's crazy that his teammate pre-jumped and blocked my block. Disagree. Hey, monkey. Would you rather have 100 zombie chickens or 100 zombies riding chickens? Probably the latter, because if they're specifically getting around by routing chickens, they have to be either very tiny zombies or very large chickens. But I would assume it's probably just normal sized on both, and a human can't really ride a chicken. So in my mind, I feel like that would be like really inefficient for a way for them to travel. Now, chickens are kind of fast. I would not want them as zombies. They're definitely gonna peck you. Ah, bad one. Ooh, nice little rotation. How's the games going? It's early season. All over the place. No one there, said. Want to party with him? I might invite him after this, yeah. I'm not playing super well. It's partially why I feel like I'm playing kind of mid, but we're warming up now. Yeah, we're gonna keep getting each other anyway. Might as well party. Solo queue mates disabling you? You're not wrong. It's always part of it. I get fake. You're dead! Oh, he's not dead. That man looked Death right in the face and said, "Take your best shot," to which Death responded by pummeling him in the face over and over again. I rediscovered the Scott Sterling volleyball episode. Still, like, easily one of the most quotable YouTube movie videos I've ever seen in my life. Kid said, "He looks as though he could be praying the peaceful visage of head trauma." Poor drop shot. Buddy, is this a third account from drop shot trying to garner sympathy? How old is that hat? It's pretty old. It's Winter Major of RLCS 2324. This is the one in LA, I believe. Actually, no, I'm lying. I think it might be Winter Major for 20... It was the one in San Diego. Yeah? I can tell it's greasy. No, it's hairy. It's definitely not what do you mean greasy? What am I doing to my hats that make them greasy? Ooh. Oh, that was insanely clutch by Orange. Holy. Frying them in peanut butter. That's like one of those guys who loves hats, like a special trick. Yeah, I boil them in peanut oil. Keeps them fresh. Cryptic, no, you didn't pre-jump that. Imagine if we lose off that. Okay. Hey, Christopher Flores. Nice. Okay, well, drop shot's confirmed to be 10 because he has multiple accounts that are, you know, he goes to. It's funny that he's like more polite on his ults because he's learning maybe he was definitionally stupid. Because it's not like he said like, R.I.P. political figure, and then I was just like, screw him! This guy's scum! And you're stupid for liking it, you filthy frickin' Republican! Get out of it! Like, I'm not saying anything. I was literally just like, hey man, no political timeout. And then after that, he's like, I'm being oppressed. It's like, shut up. Comes back in screaming and crying. Hey, let's go, Big Cryptic. What's the streak right now? I don't know, we have a decent number of wins going down. But chat banning is pretty cringe, and so is this guy. So we're just gonna throw him out of there. I completely forgot this song. It's playing on Spotify. Banger song. So all fall champion, bro. They beat Northwood at their peak. That was like legit. JD, Cryptic, and Cam. Nightmare blunt routine. No. Definitely a really good team though. Insanely good roster. Hey, QGMC. Just din? Do you like it how I slalomed through every single one of those boosts and then missed the corner boost? God, I am on it right now. Bro, I bought at Walmart a while back. I went to get groceries and I didn't really need anything in the time, but I ended up getting peanut butter with honey. And then when I needed more peanut butter, I didn't have it. So instead I got regular unsweetened peanut butter. Buddy, after having sweetened peanut butter, regular peanut butter tastes like absolute ass. And I'm so sad. I don't realize how much sugar actually like really elevates peanut butter specifically. Like there's some stuff that I try, I'm like, why is this sweet? But when you have like Jif with like, or Skippy with like a little bit of sugar in it, you're like, yeah, this is like seems unnecessary, but now let's see how it goes. But yeah, unsweetened peanut butter is a punishment. I wouldn't wish that on anyone. A little too aggressive on that pass. Nice. Hey, Ashar. If 6 was afraid of 7, then 7, 8, 9, but then what happened when 6, 8, 7, and 9 was afraid of 7 and 8, which doesn't explain why 2 is afraid of 1 or 0. But Taco does make sense because burrito. Oh, I get it. Cause random. That was, those are seconds I'm never getting back. It's moist and dry at the same time. What'd you say to me? Oh, I tried to pre-jump it. I'm a bot. Where did the term Bush League come from? And also, is it Bush like B-U-S-H, or is it like Bush like Anheuser-Busch? Is that like a reference to like an amateur league they used to run or something? The AAA of NASCAR? Oh. I didn't know that. The more you know. Nice, Anthony! Knee scratch. How you doing, String Daddy? Also, String Daddy, if you don't mind me asking, since we kind of both work in sales, how many hours do you clock a week? Because I'm slowly realizing why my coworkers have worked a little bit beyond 40 hours a week. I'm getting like pings and emails at like 8 o'clock or something. I'm like, why? And I've gotten enough projects where I'm like, yeah, I kind of understand why they have to do that, because I'm going to have to do that. Literally right after the stream, I'm going to get a little snack and then lock back into work. I don't know why I did that. I literally held the brake to block the guy catching up to me, and I realized, wait, that's not gonna work. And in what a surprise, chat, it did not. Ah. I was like, they don't know I have no boost, so I'm just gonna have to buy time. I don't know what timed out Rye, but I'm not gonna really check. I think he just repeated something. Yep. My bot didn't like that. Oh, you just went. I try to keep my Monday and Fridays to my clerical work, scheduling work days and Tuesday, Thursdays, customer-facing road warrior days. That is also what I've kind of been seeing. A lot of people I talk to, their Monday and Fridays, they like do not talk to customers. Like they'll do like follow-up emails and whatnot, but they will not call anyone. They will not schedule anything. Maybe that's the strat. Cause I got some bids and stuff I gotta fill out that are killing me right now. Takes so long. Papa Stank official, I be stankin' for real. Good. Everyone needs some stank in their life. No prospect on Friday, especially nobody wants to talk to a sales guy on a Friday. Yeah, that's kind of what I found out, which is kind of annoying because sometimes I'm like really trying to like get these calls. And the calls that I'm having are really like 90% of the time when I've actually gotten meetings and gone further with something, it's never been like an hour-long meeting unless they're just really yapping it up and I don't know if they're bored or something. But most of the time it's only like a 15, 20-minute thing. I just need to get like some basic background from them and then we can set up something else, but I don't know. My least favorite right now is I'm calling some warm leads that specifically were like, yeah, we'll be looking out for your call. And we were like, yeah, look out for this area code. And they're like, okay. And then I call them and then I get one ring and then it goes to voicemail. I'm like, dude, like, you know it's me. What do you mean? Why are you ignoring my call? Like, you literally have my number. You expected this call and now I'm gonna have to wait for you to eventually check your voicemail. Nope. Oh, this used to be fixed by just going out with friends. That's a weird one. Rainbow Taco Supremacy, you got that right, Matt. Matt mentioned as the most highest ever. Matt's currently at SSL right now. Howdy, boss. How you doing, Sebi? What you been up to? We're playing threes with Cryptic right now. Hey, I know Flowberry Fizz. I don't know why I thought I was going to be able to get back up to that. It was such a horrible take. Oh, wow! What a save! The TFC, the Toronto FC. I want to scoop that. Nice. Taco, I realized something? What have you realized, Rye? Honestly, dude, once I start stacking bills again, I cannot wait to go and become an arbitrarily horrible franchise sports fan for something like FC Dallas in the MLS. I freaking love the MLS. I always grew up liking it. I took a huge break when I got injured and wasn't watching as much soccer. But now that I'm back and I live like right next to the stadium, because it's the stadium's in Frisco where I live. I'm like, I kind of would love to do that. Just be able to drive down, get some season tickets. I remember one time we had someone who's a doctor. They canceled their ticket. They were gonna cancel their tickets because they couldn't go last second. They were like, hey, do you want our tickets? So I got to go to insanely good seats. The food was cheap. Like a hot dog there was like $4 or something like that. And I'm like, God damn, for stadium hot dog, they could have charged like $9 for it and it would have been like standard fare, you know? But I'm like, yeah, stadium food was pretty good, not gonna lie. Super chill. Oh. With Harvard Yard Goats here. Double 18 for the Rockies. Tickets are dirt cheap and games are fun. That's what I'm saying. Like you're watching players that are actually like pretty good, you know? Because people always like, MLS isn't as good as blah, blah, blah. I'm like, yeah, but like, you're starting to get really good teams, players in here, even if they're like starting to get retirement age. Like, Youngsun Min in the LAFC is there. Obviously, Messi with Miami. But like, you have a lot of really, really good players. Thomas Mueller just signed for Vancouver. Marco Reus is on LA Galaxy. Oh god, he's on Modelo time. That's a mad L we're not prepared for. And arguing with children in the back of tables. Toronto's main striker is actually from Toronto too. Toronto FC striker. Man, Toronto FC is definitely a roster I have no active memory of. I keep messing with St. Louis City. Because there's João Klaus. But I think he plays for St. Louis FC. I don't think he's in Toronto. I remember there was a guy who retired, I think, in this past season who played on Montreal as like a winger. And that guy was freaking monstrous, but literally every other player in that lineup is horrible. Personally, I'm kind of sick of soccer teams naming themselves FC. I think it just makes the names really boring. Like, the NFL's got it right. They're not, oh, the football club. They're like, nah, it's the Cardinals, it's the Giants, it's the whatever. I feel like it just makes your graphics a lot more interesting than just a badge, you know? Or a crest, I guess technically is the term. See you right. You big monster. Doing what? Wait, you called me Papa and then immediately a big monster? I guess I am like your dad. I actually love the TFC brand, and I mean, it's not bad. I don't know, I kind of wish it was a little bit more interesting. I mean, the only branding I actively dislike, and I love Red Bull, but New York City Red Bull, horrible. Not a fun name. Seattle Sounders, though. Pacific Northwest, I'm not gonna lie, have some of the best fan bases. Portland Timbers, Seattle Sounders, and Vancouver. That's like, all three of those are excellent clubs for fan support. Also, the Sounders have a stadium that's literally built to be the loudest possible stadium. I'll never play hoops for free. Imagine getting paid to play hoops. Good day, Rod. I thought Crispy was way faster that. He saved that? Thank you. I have to work for 2 shifts tomorrow. Having a good one. Ugh. Well, best of luck, buddy. Please stay awake. 2 shifts. Gross. Oh. Okay. 2 shifts at the Gooning factory. Damn. Nobody wants to work anymore, but here you are. Ah, if I knew I didn't have the boost, I would have doubled. How many times do I have to teach you this lesson, old man? As I demo this guy for the second time. Nice hand. There's no actual answer to that, buddy. Don't ask Ant what they're chat what they're thinking, because that's an oxymoron. Chat by definition does not think. Both Cryptic and I in back-to-back games have been denied a clip. Crazy. Maybe not back-to-back, but 3 shifts of sending my ex videos to be crying factory. Man, these factors getting specific, dude. Chat doesn't think, therefore I am. They don't am. Hold on, Narc. You might be onto something. You should put that on a t-shirt. He's huge! Got that car harder than like you ever did a day's work in your life. I do feel like there's a joke a while back about that, where like people who wear Carhartts just for fashion, and like the dudes who wear the Carhartts like for work, they're like, oh, stolen valor. And I'm like, that kind of does feel like it, because like those are specifically meant for like I feel like a certain niche in manual labor and like mechanic works, contractor work, etc. So I feel like if you're just like wearing it for fashion, it's like a little. There's like other coats that aren't Carhartts you can, you know, deal with. I paid you to teach me how to dribble, now I'm GC. See, it's so nice when you're on a webcam website and you think you'd be there for only mischievous reasons. But nope, it's because they, you know, can teach you how to air dribble. Love from Japan, hello. What part of Japan are you from? Okinawa? All right. Well, welcome in. It's gotta be kind of earlier for you, right? It's in like the afternoon sometime. Konnichiwa. I think there's not as many N's, I think. Is noon now? Okay. I need to stop doing that. I'm pre-jumping as if he's passing it out, and he's passing it across as he should, and I'm under-jumping it. Oop. I don't think you tap it like that. Noise. Except for the Ryder Cup. I don't watch golf, so no, but I have plenty of buds who are. Because they're just white enough to like golf. I think if I ever start pulling in real money in my sales job, I'll probably intrinsically enjoy golf more because of my wealth. I just assume golf is because people want a sport they don't have to sweat playing. Oh. Another big NA versus EU matchup. Isn't that by definition what the Ryder Cup is? It's always the NA EU. Yeah, I don't want to get a deflection there. Junior RLCS, yes. Very good games. NA winning was a nice cherry on top. Wasn't necessarily unexpected, but definitely a pleasant surprise. Kind of reminds people, yeah, NA might be at sometimes a one-team region, but at least it's the best team. There were rumors for a bit that Vitality was gonna bring first killer to EU, which is crazy. I think that would have been the first ever NA to EU transfer, but that ended up not happening. I wonder if it was a contract thing. First killer costs a lot of money, historically. Free Prime trial, you say? I need to flick that. Narc, thank you for the Prime. Let's go, gaming. Ah, dude, you're so fat. Ugh, he ate my boost. Nice. This is exactly the cut I like to see, going across the blind spot. You think the Cardinals could be the comeback here? I mean, I'm not currently watching football, but who are they playing? Seahawks? That's Darnold, right? It's a possibility. Kyler Murray is like the first quarterback that makes me understand exactly why it's a big deal that quarterbacks have to be tall. Bro looks straight up hilarious. I don't know why. I bet he's still like 5'11" or whatever, but he looks so much shorter in ratio to his offensive lineman. He's the most funny quarterback to watch, in my opinion. I didn't realize that was gonna go a little bit out. How annoying do you think it would be if they changed the boost pickup sound to the crunch sound? What do you think, the crunch sound? Like a chewing sound? Like you're eating a tortilla chip? I think there's a mod for that. All right, trying to keep that high. Cryptic is just enough to touch that. Backboard. SK is not reading that. All right, just want to lob that up and over. Cryptic delay flick and goal. Bang. That's a twos main right there. That's a twos main! For a minute, left ball in the offensive. 25 down 7. First and goal. Let's go. Seahawks are a weird franchise. Let my buddy Jackson Smith and Jigba out of jail. Man is way too good of a receiver. Who's in Paris? RLCS. For split number 2, LAN. They thought about new Shopify and SSG. I think both teams coming out pretty good on that one. I figured Shopify was going to want to spend some money. They finally dropped that team, which I'm not say finally as in they were dog, but like it's like, dude, you're Shopify. You're one of the biggest orgs in all of Canada. Like, drop some of that Shopify money and get an actual lineup. I've kind of been like doing a mid-off every single season with like buying like budget players, and I'm like, you just gotta go for it, buddy. Swing for the fences, get a good team. Make it all back in merch sales. Still in Virginia? Huh? Overtime winner, OT goated. Well done, Matt. Matt, you're on a roll. It's funny, we were both losing at the same time, and now we're both winning at the same time. What time is it for you? 10. Nice. That was just weird all around. Why are you currently in Virginia if you're used to being in Cali? Traveling for work? I'm back on Saturday. I see. Going to DC next week for a conference. Nice. I don't think I've ever been to DC. Been to Baltimore before. I don't think that DMV area I've ever been to. What's your dream car? At this point, I'll take any car, buddy. I don't really have dream cars. I'm not really someone... Like in terms of cars I really like versus cars I would actually want to drive, those are different. Because even if I had the money, I wouldn't want to buy a supercar. Like where I'm going to drive that, I have to drive out to the track every time I actually wanted to unleash that thing. Nah, I'm good. Mall of America was cool. First time I smelled grass as a kid. What? American Dream Mall in New Jersey is pretty wild as well. That's probably the wildest place I've ever been to. Courtesy of the doctor. There's like 2 full theme parks inside of the mall in that American Dream Mall in New Jersey. All right, see ya, travel nerd. Oh, the solo play. Just might have gotten him into field goal range. Seahawks? Wasn't there like a minute left? There's about 30 seconds left. I'm surprised they didn't try to milk the clock a bit more. Cryptic went for the frickin' breezy clear. $7:30 a.m. for me and I'm in America? I don't believe you. Nice clear. Oh, Dekogun. Isn't that a Anime reference? Or is that Bakugan? Or is that a toy, not even an anime? Nice. No, dude. Give us the pinch. They had trees indoors. Impossible. Alrighty, GG. You're in Ohio? I'm so sorry to hear that. RIP. Well, we got GC3 back. Ding! No promotion. Why? I wouldn't wish Ohio on my worst enemy. I was actually just calling an employee that lived in Tennessee for my job the other day. I was like, yeah, I live out in around Dallas, Texas. And she's like, oh man, that sounds so great. Yeah, I'm stuck in Ohio. I'm like, ah, it's kind of cool. You got like some decent city. And she's like, no. just laughing with her. Zerk's the line for a game-winning field goal. AO. Cleveland stinks. I mean, I think Cleveland would be way more fun if the sports teams were elite. I mean, the Cavs are not bad, though. I just can't imagine worse torture than being a Browns fan. Just permanently mid franchise. Legitimately, my entire life, I don't remember the last time. Like, I'm 30 years old. I don't remember the last time Browns were actually, like, halfway decent. I'm fairly certain there was, like, a stretch of, like, 3 seasons where they went, like, 3-36-1 or something like that. And I'm just like, can you imagine going through that? I really love Texas just as much as I hate being here. What do you dislike about it, Matt? I think for me, it's a little different because like I don't have to commute around Texas too much. I work from home. And even before that, my job was always here. Seahawks walk it off. Let's go. Detroit's worse? I mean, sure. Well, Detroit's rough because it's a city that's entirely based off the idea of like car manufacturing. And they're like, well, certainly the manufacturing base of the United States will stay here for cars. And then it slowly doesn't. And then everything else implodes. Got to diversify as a city. You can't just have one thing. Grab some boost. Woo! That was actually insane. They pre-jumped my demo right as I got to him. I didn't think he was looking at me. Love certain nights where state government needs work, and the phone ban in these schools has me a little bit worried. That's a conversation outside of stream. Yeah. I don't know, I kind of understand the phone ban from like an administration standpoint. Like from a safety perspective, I don't like it, but from like a school structure, I also understand that like when I was growing up, we had phones, but we didn't have like just the deluge of social media in the same way. Because back in the day, we had Twitter, yes, and we had like Facebook, but I felt like it wasn't like our entire lives. We especially did not have TikTok and YouTube Shorts and Instagram Reels and whatnot. So I feel like it was, you were interested in social media, but it wasn't as distracting. Now I feel like every single one of my friends who's a teacher complains that kids never off their phone. Alori, let's go! Thank you for the 390, I appreciate it. How you doing? G was 100% ready for that, my hit, and then he didn't go. Anyways, I don't like sushi. I don't like relish. I don't like relish either, but I used to not like sushi until I had good sushi. I went with one of my ex-girlfriends, and she was like trying to get me to try some more sushi places. We went to this one place that was admittedly a little ritzy, but she's like, if you don't like this, then I'm just gonna leave you alone. Then we tried it, and I was like... And ever since then, I feel like it's mostly just understanding what sushi you like. Because there's definitely some sushi that's like, but in my opinion, there's some sushi I've just never really enjoyed, like based on what it is. But give me spicy tuna, and 99% of the time I'll like that. I think the coldness of some sushi definitely throws me off, though. Ooh, try to take away that block. I have to go to school soon? All right, well, peace out, Landon. Okay. Wow, that was me trying to be really over-the-top creative with that setup, and that was not what I thought they would react to that. I'm not leaving you? Oh, I saw someone put a peace sign in the chat, so I assume they were talking to you. Nah, I get irritable. No teacher likes enforcing rules. Well, it's just tough. Like, you gotta command your classroom, but I understand why kids are on their phone a lot, but I don't know. I know basic hits in the air and power shots are honestly pretty easy, and yet you are that rank. So you gotta just get way cleaner with it, way more consistent. And the moment you are, that's when you start ranking up. Everyone says, I already know how to do those things. Well, if you knew how to do those things consistently and you could do them all the time, then you probably wouldn't be that rank. So I'd say really focusing on those basic aerials and power shots will get you out of gold and into plat very quickly. Noise. Oh, he's backwards. Oh my god. Now you beat me, that's fine. Good catch. Try to find that cryptic. Ooh, if that third guy wasn't there. Damn, he went full on for that. Bang! Oh. Sure. Had to pause just in case he landed on it. Clicking that high because I didn't have a follow. Okay. What? I didn't expect him to give it away immediately. Rough reaction. Gee, you were near post. What happened here? I just completely biffed it. That's sad. In my opinion, if you are pre-jumping team, yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, I mean, that was a good shot by them, but at the same time, it's like when you're spawning in near post like that, your job isn't to get to the back post. Your job is to basically just go into the middle. Because, yeah, maybe the guys snipe at back post, but 99% of the time, it's gonna be near post or middle. So just police that. But he was going so hard because he's like, oh my god, I gotta get to the back post, that he basically pre-jumps their shot, and then it goes right behind him, and he's like, oh. Gotta avoid doing that. Hey, Angeeds. Thanks people who did the command thingies? Yeah. Are dogs behaving a lot better this time, Angie? On this fine day? My cats have started doing kind of an annoying thing. Not really sure when this started, but one of them, when they're using their litter box, they'll kick some of the litter out onto the floor outside of it. And if I don't clean it up, occasionally one of my cats will just not go into the litter box, where 99.9% of the litter, they'll go to the 1% that goes out and then just pee or take a dump outside the litter box. So I'll walk outside and smell, you know, a smelly smell, and I'll be like, what? And I look over and it's just freaking little turd sitting on my freaking vinyl floor. My buddy, your litter box is right there. Come back in the fold. I believe in you, Matt. All right, guys, I think we're gonna go next game is our last. because I'm getting real hungry. Damn crazy. That is the classic interacting with Angie experience. You're like, hi, Angie, and then she's just like, you smell. And you're like, oh, okay, well. Oh. With space launcher abilities, I always forget that Matt L can run the entirety of NASA from his phone. Angie doesn't have a RBF, so her words have to do it for her. Nice, cryptic. Can I say the number 67? Of course. That's exactly what you wanted me to say. Holy ghost touch. Two to 12 gigs, my stored in memory storage. This phone can run many different things. Interesting. What's the song playing just before? I do not, dude. No, I'm not listening to what you guys are listening to. So I have two different music programs listening going on. Whatever YouTube listens to is not something I know or control. If you go back, I'm sure you can play the VOD or at some other time and songify it or Shazam it, whatever it's called. You chowed that? Oh, okay, that's kind of crazy. I thought Buddy saw me, so I was like, I'm gonna try to flick a middle for him. I wasn't sure if he was on the backboard to get that. These ones have way too much storage. Oh. Honestly, my phone is 128 gigs. I kind of wish there was more. The one thing I really get pissed about is phone companies realizing that why are we giving you guys chances for expandable storage? One of my biggest things that I loved about the Galaxy line, and part of why I never really upgraded, is because I like having a lot of media on my phone, whether that's videos or photos or copious amounts of food porn, where guys are just making a ridiculous grilled cheese on a 4K camera and they're pulling it apart with some string cheese going there. Anyway, so yeah, I like having a lot of media on my phone, and so being able to have like 128 gigs or whatever, and then like an SD card of like whatever amount I want is kind of crazy. And SD cards are pretty freaking large too, so you can get like a 1 terabyte drive or something like that, like SD card. Dude, this is the stupidest lobby. Oh my god, I'm just literally ball chasing because they're taking so long to move the ball. You all turned? Bob, you need to die. I'm sorry. You can't keep living playing like this. Okay. Scary. Once a fortnight, once every 2 months or 2 weeks. Close one. Ozzy, you got that? All right, guys, last game of the day. I'm gonna try to win this. Hey, Rusky. Nice, close one. Oh, we got above that. Ozzy in the pocket. He's in the pocket of space. Let's go. Looks like I'm late to the party. Yeah, sorry, Rusky. I'm really, really hungry and I got some work to do, so. But we ended on a good game. Let's go. All right, GG's. I gotta eat. GN, heart. Everybody say goodbye, Cryptic. That's my CEO. We had a good double earlier. We've reaffirmed our CEO hood. But yeah, much love, everybody. Peace out on YouTube. Peace out, Twitch. Drop a follow if you're new. Drop a sub if you're new. Drop a $500 donation if you're old. And if you're young, enjoy your youth. Anyway, good night, everybody. Mwah.